Hello, everyone. This is Tio speaking. Next to me, we got Balake,
Hey, what's up?
and this is going to be an episode of the Valcrest News Show. So, today we've got a lot of cool stuff to talk about. We're first going to talk about the 1.9.3 update, how it's coming soon, and what's going on with that. We're going to talk about some other technical stuff. Just kind of a reminder, we are still in beta, and we're going to go into detail about that and when the beta is expected to be completed, as well as what game features to expect once that's all finished up. Aside from that, we've also got some news regarding the town tournament. We've got a delay for the final battle in the town tournament. We're going to be talking about that. We've also got the May town tournament coming up, so next month's town tournament. Registration is open for that. And there's also been a few changes made to the town tournament, including the addition of the Rookie Town of the Month. So toward the end of the video, we're going to talk about that. And this video, so you guys know, it's not going to be quite as long as some of the videos we've made recently. We're probably looking at like 15, 20 minutes. So
Yeah,
anyway,
it's
let's...
not long, not long at all.
Well, recent videos that we've made have been like 40 minutes to an hour. So I'm just saying,
Yeah, I know.
um, this is going to not be quite as long of a video as some of the ones we've been making. But, all right, so let's go ahead and jump into the good stuff here. So, 1.9.3. Now, here, let me pull it up here. Let me pull it up on the screen. Okay. Whoever sent this screenshot of Charles's location, someone sent a screenshot of Charles' location to Mojang. In fact, you can see you can actually see the forest burning down here. That's not cool. You guys got to let us know when you're sending those screenshots, all right?
Yeah,
We, we,
especially with Mojang releasing updates constantly, people are always checking the page. That pretty much ruins the fun of the treasure hunt, dude.
Seriously, man. I can't believe they just post this right on their site. No, but in all seriousness, as you guys can see looking here, 1.9.3 pre-release number 2 is now out. Okay, you can see they fixed a lot of bugs related to server stability. If you go back and you look at their original pre-releases for this update, you'll see that they fixed the pathfinding function. They fixed a variety of other bugs related to performance. And in general, this update is going to be focused on making 1.9 survival servers a lot more stable. So what this means for us is we're probably going to be looking at significant lag reduction. After this update comes out, I expect that our lag will be dramatically reduced. Believe it or not, our server is actually very, very optimized at the moment. It's just that there's a memory leak, and there's really nothing we can do about that memory leak. Because it's being caused by the game. And
Yeah, it's like trying to heal a broken leg with band-aids, dude. Like pretty much, it's all up to Mojang to fix it from here.
yeah, exactly. But once they do fix it, the product itself will be very good because we have spent a lot of time optimizing it. So anyway, now as far as an estimated time of arrival, of course, I've got the same information that you guys have. I don't have any, special connections up in Mojang, but
No, someone does here though. Someone on the server does.
yeah,
You know, if you
apparently
could forward
someone
them,
does. Yeah, sending screenshots of Charles. Um, but I don't have any special connections, right? But I can tell you this: I have paid attention to their updates for a very long time, and I'm usually pretty decent at predicting about when they'll come out. Okay, this one is running slightly late, and I think it's just a matter of days now. I think it could be released tomorrow, as in Friday. It's Thursday as I'm making this video, so it could be released tomorrow. I've never seen Mojang release an update over the weekend, so I doubt that it'll happen Saturday or Sunday. If it's not released tomorrow, it could happen any day next week, and I highly doubt that it'll take any longer than next week. So we're really looking at any day now. We'll see probably an end, if not dramatic decrease to our lag problem. So
yeah, it'll probably be like, and we'll be getting back up to 20 TPS, and like right now, it's really not that bad, but you've probably gotten used to it, so it'll probably be a lot better whenever it's installed, especially with, the whole mob pathing fix.
yeah, for sure. I'm really excited about it. So, well, let's go ahead and move on here. So while we're on the topic, just a reminder, I know it doesn't really say this anywhere, but as a reminder, the server is actually in beta. That's right, Valcrest is not a finished product. There's still a lot of game features that we intend to add after 1.9.3 comes out. These are features that do require good performance, and so we've been waiting until we've got something more stable to work with before we start adding these things. Of course, a lot of you guys know one of the things is Movecraft. This is a plugin that allows you to build and actually drive ships and even potentially airplanes, trains, and many other in-game vehicles. Okay, um, so that one will be coming pretty soon.
Hey,
Uh,
by the way, on that plugin, do the trains actually need like tracks to go on?
yeah, yeah, like
Cool,
you hook
cool.
them up to tracks and you can haul cargo, haul people, haul whatever with them. It's
We're not
pretty
doing
cool
human
features.
trafficking, but you know.
Yeah, yeah, definitely not. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's really a unique plugin, and it adds a lot of I don't know what the word is, immersive qualities to the townie experience. So now, aside from that plugin, we're going to be getting a plugin here pretty soon that allows you to post art inside your houses and in buildings and that sort of thing. That I'm talking actual like screenshots here, like actual pictures from your computer. We don't have details as to exactly how that will work, but I can tell you this: there will be a way that you'll be able to get your screenshots that you want, assuming that they're reasonably appropriate. You'll be able to get them in game. Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
and I'm gonna have to go ahead and assume this one that they'll need to be admin approved because there is a limited number of how they work. It actually goes on the map and you hang it on the frame. So there's only a limited number. While the limited numbers are still really high, it's still like we're expected to grow in the future. So, if you're inactive, then you'll probably lose your pretty pictures.
Yeah, it's probably not just going to be like a unlimited, everyone can give tons of screenshots type of thing. But just letting you guys know that that sort of thing will be available here in the near future.
Yeah, it'll probably be really loose too. Like it can't we're not gonna be like, no, you can't have like this on your wall. Like as long as it's not like super offensive, should be good.
Now, moving on to some other features as well, we got a suggestion recently saying that we should have some more specialized MCMMO ranks. What's funny about this is we actually already planned on doing this one long before we got the suggestion. So I just wanted to let you guys know that that one there is something we have planned for that, as well as numerous other ranks that we plan on adding to the game. So there will be many more ranks added as we move toward the final product, and you guys can expect that to come sometime in the next 4 to 5 weeks or so. So it's getting pretty close, and we want your ideas. Give us ideas on ranks. And we have been looking at a lot of your guys' suggestions in general. Some of them are great, some of them not so much, and depending on the response they get, many of them may be added into the final product of the game. So, now a few other features worth mentioning. Many of you guys have probably noticed we are currently working on a new spawn. Okay, this spawn is going to be much bigger and much more advanced with a lot, like numerous more features than what our current spawn has to offer. So that's currently in progress. We've got the build team working on that, and it should be done by the time we're ready for our final release.
Yeah, this
We've
current spawn is actually a temporary spawn too.
Yeah, that's something a lot of people don't know. The current spawn that we have in our server, it was actually built in just 4 days and was designed to be temporary. It really isn't anything very advanced. But the spawn that we're working on now, however, it's something that we're going to be spending a good 5 or 6 weeks on, and it is going to be very advanced, and we have a whole team working on it as opposed to just 2 people. So
Yeah.
now there was another plugin you fixed recently, Balake. In fact, there's a few things that you've done recently. Why don't you tell them about some of the fixes you've made?
So brewery is updated, so any bugs with that should be fixed. Everything should work fine. But the more importantly, the residence plugin, which is what allows you to make shops and whatnot. Um, the server has shops that spawn, and people were having issues with them. Um, all kinds of issues, I guess. But there was one specific bug that was fixed with the update. I actually did that. I think it was last night or 2 days ago. I usually do it when I'm really tired, and I don't know how it works half the time, but it does. So that's pretty good.
And so
Uh,
you guys know, we still need to go in and reset some of those regions in the spawn area. So some of the stalls and stuff still won't work properly for the meantime, but the plugin itself is fixed. So we're going to find some time here very soon to go down there and do that. And speaking of that, if you own a shop or stall in the spawn, now would be a really good time to fill it up with product, because pretty soon we're going to be going through and seeing who is actually keeping them maintained and who isn't. And those who aren't may have their shops reset. So I'd go ahead and go and fill those right now.
yeah, and reset as in sold. Like we're just going to sell them to someone else who actually will use it. So.
Yep, pretty straightforward. Now, Block, is there any other updates or fixes you've made recently?
Well, updates. The build team actually requested a few plugins that they could get to make the new spawn even better. So, like, this one was probably built with like World Edit and hand, but this new one's gonna have a bunch of more tools that I actually added for the build team for them to be able to use too.
And that's really awesome. Yeah, that'll be really exciting to see what they can do with that. Cool,
One of them
cool.
costs money too. That has to
Oh
be
yeah,
good.
paid plug. Well, I mean, we have a lot of paid plugins. We probably have like
We have
close
a
to
paid server. I'm
two
just kidding.
hundred dollars worth of paid plugins, but cool, cool. Well, anyway, so yeah, those are the main things. Now, another thing worth mentioning is once the server does go into its final state, once we end our beta and go into the final product, we will simultaneously be starting up the beta for another new feature, which will be our mini games world. We actually have some plans for mini games coming up, okay? We have a few mini games picked out to start with, but we'll be rapidly expanding those mini games as time goes on. So we want your ideas for mini games. We want to know what you guys want. Please leave comments and start talking about that, because with the final product, mini games will be introduced. Now, one thing I do want to state so that nobody gets confused is this. We are never going to be one of those servers that tries to be everything. We will always be focused primarily on towny civilization, and that's going to be the main thing our server is. We're never going to have factions. We're never going to have prison or anything like that.
Yeah, dude, hub servers suck. The mini games are just for you to play whenever you're bored.
Exactly what he said. So yeah, so that will be part of it as well. And on top of this, I want you to know there's a bunch of other features that just haven't been mentioned yet. Especially, there's a lot of other donator perks and just a lot of other little things we're going to be adding to the game for our final product that we just don't have time to mention in this video. So, but those are the main things. That's all coming soon. As far as a time for our beta to end by, we're looking at the first weekend of June. Let me see here. Let me get a date. We're looking at... Hold on here. So we're probably looking at Saturday, June 4th for the official launch of the final product for Valcrest, okay?
Yeah, and then
So,
on our 1 month anniversary, people are gonna shoot fireworks off
oh
of the
yeah.
full version. July 4th. We actually already have that planned.
Yep. And that actually is kind of that's another thing worth mentioning. One of the things that will be added to our final product will be a lot more lore related type of things, including fantasy holidays for the server. We're going to make a variety of those, and we're going to put on a variety of cool events on those days to celebrate various fantasy things associated with server lore. So that's another cool thing coming up. Now let's go ahead and move on here. Moving on, we have some stuff to talk about with the town tournament, okay? This includes the final battle that's coming up, the May town tournament registration, changes that have been made to the tournament, as well as the new Rookie Town of the Month award. So, First, let's talk about this blockade. What do you think about this battle coming up
But
between?
Dakar and Iceland,
Yeah,
dude. Iceland, I didn't even expect them to beat us. No offense, but they, I don't even know. They just haven't lost. Like they had a good battle, but it took so long too. Like that's the thing. Like that's how you know it was good because it didn't end quickly for either side. So they had to have tried, and they've made it this far, so they're not just gonna let go. But then you got to think about it. Dakar also wants to win because who doesn't want to win? It's just hard to choose.
yeah.
But I think Iceland's gonna win.
You think Iceland's gonna pull it off?
Yeah, I want them to win. That way, I feel better about myself losing because they're just really good.
Yeah, you want them to win so you can feel better about yourself. That's great. Yeah, I think be totally honest, I think it could go either way because I would never ever doubt Gosu as a mayor. Gosu's been a very dominant mayor in all the servers that he's played in, and I think if there's anyone who's capable of pulling off an upset here, it's him. That said, Iceland is a dominant town, and they have destroyed some dominant towns so far. So it's going to be really interesting. I don't have any predictions. I will say this though: we have a map made for that battle, and it's going to be a surprise. It's a new map, and let me tell you what, this map is sick. This is an awesome map. We'll be releasing it very soon. You guys are going to love it. Now, there is kind of a dilemma in regards to the final battle. It's not going to be this weekend. I know I announced in our last video that it's going to be this weekend, as in the last weekend of April. It is not going to be the last weekend of April. I repeat, it will not be the last weekend of April. The schedule right now between those two towns is really wonky, and the availability is just not working out for it. So we're going to push to do it next weekend for sure. Okay, and we're gonna get done as soon as we can. We're probably looking at next Friday, but we'll see. But right now, it's just not working out schedule wise for the towns to do it this upcoming weekend. And so, with that being said, since we can't finish the tournament until next weekend, that means that we're also not going to do the award ceremony until next weekend. Okay, so anyway, we'll let you know as the week goes on what the official verdict is in terms of a day and a time for the battle. But at this point, I'd say next weekend, probably for sure. Okay, I'd say 95% chance next weekend for sure. There's still a mild chance we could do it this weekend, but I'd say put your money on next weekend. So, anyway, so moving on here. So aside from the final battle, we currently have the May Town Tournament registration going on. Okay, we've already got 12 towns signed up for that, and we're looking at having a 16 town tournament for next month. So it's very exciting. We've got a lot of really awesome prizes for that, and really, I think it's going to be a very exciting tournament overall. What do you think, Balake?
Yeah, I think next month's gonna be good, especially whenever we get first place in Coast. I mean, what? Okay. Yeah, so I mean, it's gonna be a pretty cool month, especially with May. May is when some schools get out, so maybe more people have more availability to fight even more. Because right now they could be using like backup PvPers because the good ones are at school, or not. It might be the same, but I mean, overall, it should be a bigger, better tournament, especially with the more towns in the battle.
Oh yeah. Well, and you are right, Balake. May is a good month. Last year, we did experience a lot of growth in the month of May. We went up, I think, nearly 50% in activity last year, and this year I expect we'll actually go up more than that. Believe it or not, just because of the fact that right now. The lag is such a limiting factor on our growth that it kind of stops us from getting bigger, even though we're set to grow. And once the lag issue's fixed, you combine that with kids getting out of school and all the other things we have coming up. I think that in the month of May, we may actually start seeing peak player counts in the 60s, 70s, and 80s as a regular thing, but without lag, of course, just because the lag should be fixed. So, So yeah, we'll see a lot of growth in the month of May, and I think the town tournament in the month of May is going to be a lot more competitive, and that's also partially because there's now two elements of it. We mentioned earlier that we're going to talk about the newest addition to the tournament, which is the Rookie Town of the Month award. Now, Balake, why don't you give them some insight on how that works?
Rookie Town, you want to be the first. Like this is your first tournament competing as a town. Anything after that doesn't really count. We couldn't do it last month because every town was pretty much a rookie town. Um, you get good rewards. You're not really competing for first. You can get first and rookie town and get a lot of rewards. And for rookie town of the month, you'll only be competing with other rookie towns, so you kind of have a better chance of winning it too. Especially if like whoever the winner of this month is, if they like get first next month too, you still got rookie of the month because they're no longer a rookie, so you still have a chance at great prizes.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. So, basically what he's saying is you're still competing on the same point system and the same everything as the normal towns, but you get to compete in your own sort of rank against other rookie towns for that prize. A non-rookie town cannot get that prize. You're classified as a rookie town if it's your first tournament, and the prize is actually really beefy. We're talking over 25K to the town, 25K to the mayor. I believe it's 10K for all the citizens. Plus, there's a variety of blocks that you get. The mayor gets a fully enchanted god tool set with enchants of their choice, natural enchants, of course. You can't get like Fortune 15 or anything like that, but it is a really beefy prize to whoever gets this, and we have a lot of rookie towns this month. I think I counted earlier like 5 or 6 rookie towns already, so it should definitely be a great month for that. So now, aside from that, there's been a few small changes made to the tournament. Nothing real crazy, but one change that we made to the tournament was, if you guys remember, culture was going to be divided up between just how nice your town looks in general and how well it's decorated for a specific theme. Well, we've kind of figured out that, well, nobody really liked the whole theme idea. So we've abandoned the idea of making you guys decorate it for a theme. Now culture is just going to be based on how nice the town looks in general. Okay, so that's really the only change there. I'm trying to think. It seemed like there was another change. I think the only other change was the rookie town. So yeah, so that pretty much covers it. Do you have anything else to add, Balake?
Nope, nothing besides we can get out of beta pretty quick, especially with the support of everyone else.
Awesome. Yeah, we're pretty close to being ready to do it. So as the weeks go on, we're going to be updating you guys with more and more news about what's coming up with the beta, features that we're adding, so on and so forth. Maybe even a few sneak screenshots of the spawn as well. In the meantime, be sure to give us lots of suggestions. We do use those to decide what kind of content we're going to have. And one thing we really want to start seeing as well is ideas for events, so on and so forth. Not just ideas for plugins and game features, but we want to know your ideas for events, ideas for shows on the YouTube channel, you name it. If you have an idea, let us know, because we use that stuff to make this game better, all right? So,
Yeah, and also stop leaking stuff to Mojang. Jesus, dude.
yeah. Yeah, good grief. Charles' location given away. All right, well, that's it for this episode of the Valcrest News Show. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.